fresh, freshy, flex, fresh, fresh, freshy, flex, fresh, Helmets, bless, Cardi café bless.
Hi, how are you guys? Oh. All of that, sorry. Hi, did you guys miss me? Did you guys miss me? I bet you did. So hold on. Boom. Okay, we got it. So we're over here to get messy. As you see by my misleading title. We're very so much over here to get messy. That's what we came to do. So welcome to the Shine Everywhere show. I love y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we will talk about Beyonce and Cardi B and a few other people. There's not a whole lot going on, but there's enough going on. So Wendy Williams said that she murdered Eyes the Mirror now. Jason Lee and Wendy Williams. Oh, I spilt over there. Oh, that's the side I spilt on. Oh, this shit is hot. So that's my little mocha latte. And I spilt it when I was running in here in the room because I'm like, oh, they about to be like, I'm late. You know, let me hurry up. So I spilt it and I almost got on my shirt. So I wasn't changing this time because last time I changed, I wasn't changing. So y'all, the people that love Kelis, look, she got her wish. Look, Beyonce took off the track. All the Kelis fans, yay! Yay! This what y'all want to write? Yay! She's off the track. Yeah, because thank you, Beyonce, because I got tired of hearing about it. I got tired of hearing her go live. You know, it's just the principle, you know, of the thing. You know, Pharrell and Beyonce, you know, they've been stealing and they've done it before. You know, and also hair flip. No, if you re-download the song, if you downloaded it already and you hear it, like they're not going to come into your phone and edit it for you, Teresa girl. But if you delete it and you download it again, she's not on there. She's not. So Beyonce has removed her from the track. If you still have like the track Next Caller from back in the day, Kaya took TS off the track. But if you downloaded it before, like the version that I have, T.S. Madison is still on it. Like she's still at the beginning of it, of the, you know, the track. But if I delete it and I download it again, then she's not going to be on it because Kaya took her off of it. So that's why. So yeah, so if you downloaded it already, then you still got the la 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 la. You still got them la la las. Them you still got them. But if you delete it, because I did, sure did. Bye, Kelis. Bye, girl. Bye, girl. So you want to be gone? No problem. So thank you, Beyonce. Thank you, Beyonce, for respecting Kelis' wishes and removing her off the song. Thank you. Thank you. Go on, Beyonce. Thank you. Thank you for removing her off the track because clearly this is what she wanted. She acted like she was needed. She wasn't. She very so much wasn't. The song still bump. It's still thump. Remember, it was only a la la la. So let's get into this article. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talk. Thank y'all. What they said Beyonce reportedly removed Kelis' sample and credits from her song Energy following Kelis' issue with Beyonce and Pharrell using her song without permission. The Neighborhood Talk says, oop. Beyonce might be petty queen. Absolutely. She nor her team have confirmed whether they have removed the Kelis sample, but fans seem to believe that she has been taking off the credits on the song streaming services. So if you look on there before, it said next to Energy, it said featuring Kelis. Kelis was on the feature. Kelis has been removed from the feature. So she removed her from the feature, then clearly she removed her from the song. So if you have the album downloaded already, if you delete the song and download it again, okay, Kelis is not on it. Big dot. Kelis is not on it. They didn't just remove her from a credit and just left her on the track. No, Beyonce got rid. So since this seems to be such a problem, bye girl, bye girl, bye girl. So shout out to Beyonce, because I would have did the same thing. Like, okay, well, she's making this such a problem, you know, and this and that. Scrap it. Like, get rid of it. It's not needed anyway. And that's the thing about it is that Kelis feels the song was stolen from her by Pharrell. So it's not like this is a literal stolen song that Kelis did or putting on an album or something we ain't heard yet or whatever, or just something, whatever. Okay. And Beyonce just came and took it, you know, type of thing. No, that's not what was going on. The song was stole allegedly from Pharrell. Pharrell stole the track because Kelis said that Pharrell never wrote any lyrics for her or anything like that. Although the song Milkshake says that Kelis was the performer, meaning the beat, the lyrics, everything else was written by Neptunes. Because that's what it said. You know, it said that Kelis was the performer on the track Milkshake, not the writer. She had no writing credits for the song. It was just she was singing it, you know, type of situation. And so, yeah, if it was stole, Beyonce didn't steal it, and it's not like that's like literal public knowledge. Everybody knows that Pharrell stole that song from me. So for Beyonce, you what? Like I said before, it sounds like your issues with Pharrell. Like, why are you adding Beyonce in it? Y'all got to think about that. Y'all got to think about that because it ain't had nothing to do with her. Like, I mean, if you think about it, it really didn't have anything to do with Beyonce. Your issues with the person who stole the song from you, which is Pharrell. Beyonce purchased it from the person you feel is a thief. So, okay, that's not public knowledge. Everyone doesn't know. How could Beyonce? Knowing that Pharrell stole that song from me, now she gonna go over there and buy it. No, that's not what happened. It's not what happened. So, allegedly, Beyonce heard what Kelis had to say, her and her team, and they're just like, oh, okay, not a problem. Get rid of her. Get rid of her. I'm not about to go back and forth with her. And I was like, y'all know Beyonce don't do the back and forth. She don't do that. She don't do that. She just gets rid. Just like they had a problem with the lyric. They felt like it was discriminatory against handicapped people. So Beyonce removed that lyric from the song Heat. You know, she just removed it. You know, she just like, look, just go ahead and get rid of it. I don't have time. I'm not making the time. I just get rid of it. So it's the same thing with Kelis. Oh, Kelis got a problem. Oh, she got a problem with the la la las. She got a problem with the la la las. Get rid of the la la las. Yeah, and get rid of her name off of my song too, off my track too. Get rid of her name. Yeah, since it's such a problem. Okay, girl. Okay, you ain't saying nothing but a word. Delete. Delete. That's it. That's all. So shout out to the Kelis fans. Kelis got what she wanted. Beyonce got rid of her. Is there still a problem? Is there still a problem? Because I'm always gonna be here for my girl, Beyonce. Like I said, I like Kelis and everything, but is there still a problem? Because I'm sick of y'all. Is there still a problem? I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, then go tell YouTube. We don't care. Girl, go tell YouTube. You telling me. I don't run that channel. I don't. Go tell YouTube. Hurry up. Go tell YouTube that Kelis is still on there. You're very vocal. So go tell YouTube. You telling me I didn't upload it, sis. I didn't upload it, girl. I didn't do that. You're telling the wrong person. I have no power. So yeah, I'm gonna need you to go to the power holders and let the power holders know that Kelis still on there. That Kelis still on there since you're a Milkshake fan. Like, let's stop making this like you're making her bigger than what she is. But good for you. You know, good. Shout out to you. But if it's a problem, you should go tell the people that can change it. I'm not one of those people. Y'all love complaining to the wrong people. It's a fire. You all at the hospital. No, go to the fire department or the police. You're at the wrong place, girl. So yeah, go tell them. Like, yeah, because we could care less. Honestly, I hope she's gone. I hope so, since it's such a problem. Since it's such a problem, I figured that too. I figured they didn't care either. But you know, it is what it is. So moving right along from people that used to matter. People that used to matter. People that ain't matter since their last marriage. Shout out to Beyonce for being amazing, because these white people is about to get cussed out, how they sat over here and talked about my girl. So these two white men sat on it, yes, these two Caucasians sat over here talking about my girl. So I'm about to cuss them out promptly.
Seen her in a while, barely dressed, dancing around. And now she comes back more vile than ever, putting out X-rated lyrics. Plus, what about the dimpled ass community? What about them? Are they insulted by being used in her songs? Have you thought about that?
Right. Or those with stretch mark breasts, apparently. I won't recreate the word she uses in her delightful lyric, written by Drake. Incidentally, he wrote those lovely lyrics, but why you would sing them as a renowned woman who young people look to, I don't quite get that.
Right, and they were wonderfully put together. There's great poetry there. I think it'll go down in history. Ravi, do you know, like when you get a little bit older, sometimes you mellow? I mean, she's a parent. You know, you would think we haven't really seen her in a while, barely dressed, dancing around. And now she comes back more vile than ever, putting out X-rated lyrics. Plus, what about the dimpled ass community? What about them? Are they insulted by being used in her songs? Have you thought about that?
Right. Or those with stretch mark breasts, apparently. I won't recreate the word she uses in her delightful lyric, written by Drake. Incidentally, he wrote those lovely lyrics, but why you would sing them as a renowned woman who young people look to, I don't quite get that.
Now, Drake uncles, Aubrey, get your uncles. Aubrey, get your uncles. So Aubrey uncles, Drake uncles done sat here and tried to come for Beyoncé. Oh, I said, y'all don't say this to white people? When Lady Gaga was she talking about, I want you ugly, I want you disease. Why y'all say nothing to her? Beyonce could talk about stretch marks being on her breast. She had churn. She's saying that as a woman. I'm like, no, because they tried it. Y'all ain't say nothing to that white bitch, Lady Gaga. And I like her too. She on stage, blood all over her, talking about some paparazzi. Is they dead? What you got blood on you for in this meat dress? Peter ain't say a word. But then Beyonce wear a fur, and it's a problem. But she done came and chopped up meat. Gaga. How worse is that? She ain't wearing the fur, she wearing the meat of the animals. Peter clapping as she come down the walk with the red carpet. Now, Beyonce is a grown woman, all right? She even got a song called that. She ain't got to appeal to y'all kids. I mean, what she go? No, don't do that. That woman, 40 years old. Now, she did Black is King and all that. That was Disney friendly. Now, if she was doing all this for the Lion King album, I'd be like, okay, Beyonce, girl, this is a lot, you know, for these churn. But they did a good job with that Lion King soundtrack, and so they did a good job. They weren't cussing or nothing. But this ain't for the churn. This ain't for y'all white kids. Y'all talking about what she's saying, but your daughter sitting in the backseat talking about some WAP. Girl, please. I said, oh, no, they're not about to talk about Beyoncé. Oh, no, not my Beyoncé. Oh, no. Don't make her no role model for y'all churn, because Taylor Swift is born and pale. Wait, so? Beyonce is not Taylor Swift. Beyonce is a 40-year-old woman married with 3 kids. Done been in this game for a crazy long time. So it's just like, yeah, no, gross. I said, did he really feel that way? Like, yeah, oh no, y'all not my Beyonce. Not my Beyonce. So I didn't appreciate that. Lady Gaga talking about she wants your monkey pox as long as it's free. She wants your love. Y'all ain't saying nothing to her. At least ain't nobody, Beyonce ain't got nobody churn repeating wanting disease and shit. But y'all want to come from my girl. And Drake wrote, he's part white. Let's talk about that. He's part of y'all. That's why he came in with the okie doke on the side. Drake wrote it. It is what it is. I like it. I like it a lot. Go on, Drake. I like it. Now, this ain't folk churn. Y'all just try to always. It's plenty of white people over there talking about stuff they is not supposed to be talking about. She's talking about experience. Okay? Now, Beyonce always been like that. Now, that's my girl. Now, y'all tried it. I said, no, Billy and Bob aren't sitting up here. Not my Beyonce. I said, y'all ain't saying nothing to Gaga. Y'all ain't saying nothing to her. Not a word. Not a word. Now, like I said, with my misleading title, Monica Lewinsky responds to backlash after implying Beyonce should change the lyric in Partition that references her. Now, if you pay attention with my misleading self, Monica Lewinsky posted an article from Vanity Fair in 2014 stating this about Beyonce. Before we get into anything else, let's get into this. Miley Cyrus references me in her twerking stage act. Eminem raps about me, and in Beyonce's latest hit, gives me a shout out. Thanks, Beyonce. But if we're verbing, I think you meant Bill Clinton all on my gown, not Monica Lewinsky. Now, if you know the lyric from Partition, which I do because I love Beyonce, she said he Monica Lewinsky all on my gown. Okay? All right? She's saying that Beyonce should have said Bill Clinton. Okay? She thanked Beyonce for saying her name at all in the track. So it didn't sound like you didn't say that you wanted Beyonce to take that out, that it's misleading, that it's this, that it's that. You didn't say that. You said thank you. Weird. Weird. Okay? Weird. So that's why I said Beyonce beefing with Monica Lewinsky, because clearly it wasn't a problem, sis. So don't come jump on no bandwagon with your white ass. Don't come jump on no bandwagon. Okay? I thought she was saying something about the Karens and turning to terrorists. You know, when Beyonce said that energy. I thought because she is very so much a Karen. Okay? Y'all, this is why y'all give Karens a bad name. Because you could have said in 2014 that you had a problem with what Beyonce said in the song Partition. You did not. You said thank you. So why all of a sudden now do you think, I don't understand. Where's this energy from Eminem? Where's this energy from Miley Cyrus? Okay, so that's all I was saying. So clearly Beyonce, if there's going to be a problem here, because Monica didn't have one, hence her and Beyonce not. But now you coming forward, why would Beyonce not have a problem with her? Beyonce's hearing everything everybody's saying. Clearly, if she's removing Kelis from things, I mean, clearly she's listening. She got her ears to the streets. So why would it be Monica? No, Monica's trying to fabricate a beef with Beyonce. That's enough to start one. You trying to make this a situation. You're trying to make this something that it isn't. Because if there was a problem, you would have said something in 2014. The only thing you said was thank you. Now you're offended? Girl, now you're offended? You didn't ask me to remove anything. So yeah, if I was Beyonce, I'd have a problem with her. Yeah, absolutely. So if there's going to be any beef, it's from Beyonce, because Monica's just looking for a moment. Clearly. So yeah, moving right along. So let's get into Monica Lewinsky. Let's do that. So once again, Monica comes forward and she states that Beyonce right here, while we're at it, hashtag partition right here. Beyonce to remove Renaissance lyric after outrage. So she's saying with hashtag partition, Monica Lewinsky saying Beyonce removed the part when she said Monica Lewinsky all on my gown. Remove that. Since you're removing lyrics, can you remove me? Like, not the girl that said thank you. Not the girl that said thank you. Monica, let's not act like you're not famous for being a smut. Like, cut it out. You didn't do anything profound. You didn't win a Nobel Peace Prize. No, absolutely not. You tried to Marilyn Monroe the situation. Like that. Let's not do that. Caucasian. Let's not act like you actually did anything for our country besides relieve our president at the time. You are a climax. You were one of the pioneers of the wrong baby. Like, that's why people talk about you. Yeah. They don't talk about you. They talk about you in reference to a whore. Did you expect something else? Like Eminem, Miley twerking, whore. Yeah. So you got to cut it out. Like, you're famous for being a mouth slut, so it's just, it is what it is. A human vacuum. So well, what's the argument here? That's why you said thanks, because at least she ain't go in on you. She just said Monica Lewinsky all on my gown. I mean, you was fully clothed, giving BJs to presidents. You're a homewrecker. I mean, you're one of the first, besides Marilyn, one of the first really famous side chicks. Like, you gave side chick that name a home. Mm-hmm. You absolutely did. You absolutely did. So, yeah, shut up, Lewinsky. So let's get into these comments. Someone commented to her and says, I think it's very telling of how about all the people who have said, SH about you, you decide to pick a Black woman to go after. And Monica says, seriously, I appreciate that this may be the first thing I've said on this that comes across your radar, but please consider exactly that. And all of the musicians who've done this, she was the one I was the most disappointed by, because I was such a fan. But she wasn't disappointed in Vanity Fair. Like, you weren't upset. So because I like you, you shouldn't have said that. I don't like Eminem. I don't like Miley. I don't like any of them. But I like her. So for her to say, what? Like, your girl, shut up. That don't even make sense. Like, you're just bored. Like, clearly, you have to be. Because like they said, why go after her? Like, why choose her out of all the people that said what they done said about you? You choose Beyonce. When the white girl on stage talking about some Monica Lewinsky, you get the best of both worlds. Chill it out, take it slow. So if she get on stage and twerk and talk about some Monica Lewinsky, that's fine. Eminem drug you. Eminem drug her. So, but Beyonce just says your name with the D, like a Kevin Lewinsky. She put a apostrophe D on it, and it's a problem. I'm like, what? Out of all of those people, Beyonce's was the most like censored. Like out of, because the other one said some pretty, especially Eminem, he said some pretty crazy things. But Beyonce, like, girl, all she said was your name. Really? You mad about that? But it's because you liked her. Because I liked Beyonce. She should have never said that. Okay, girl. So, the person responds to Monica and says, feel free to read what I just said until it makes sense. Shout out to this person. Let's be friends. And Monica says, ditto. Like, no, don't try to copy. Don't try to copy. And then another person states, laugh my ass off. You basically just said lots of artists do this, but out of all of them, I'm going to pick out Beyonce since she was my favorite and I'm hurt by it. And then the cringing emoji like, girl, what? So then Monica says, this was an essay I wrote in Vanity Fair in 2014. Right here it says, Miley Cyrus references me in her twerking stage act. Eminem raps about me, and Beyonce's latest hit gives me a shout out. Thanks, Beyonce. But if we're verbing, I think you meant Bill Clinton on my gown, not Monica Lewinsky. Where's the problem? Where's the problem? Like I'm trying to find the problem, but I don't see it. If you wrote this yourself, that you didn't have a problem with this. You didn't say, I don't think you should have said my name. You should take my name out. Beyonce, you the one I like out of all these people. Girl, now I understand them, but you know, I thought you were different. You know, like that I would get if you've ever had a conversation with Beyonce or anything like that. But it's like, you're not. Like, you're not. You're not. You're famous for being the other woman. Is what you're famous for, literally. And you try to deny and deny and deny and deny. So just like the person that swore up and down that he wasn't smoking, and then he came back and said that he didn't inhale. It was the same thing with you. You sucked it, but you didn't swallow it. I mean, it was the same thing. Like, he a liar. Like, I mean, that's what you're famous for. Like, that's whatever. So moving right along. Wait, hold on. Is there more? Okay. So she says, okay, but you're still on calling out Beyonce, change her lyrics. No one else. Apparently sticks and stones aren't the only thing that can hurt you. You have a long list of artists and years of music to go through if you're going to stand on this logic. Good luck. And I can agree more, because there's plenty of other people. There's even songs called Monica Lewinsky. So, girl, there's a lot of people, you know, that has said things about you. So for you to just go after Beyonce, it's like, girl, that's stupid. Like, go after everyone. Don't isolate. I'm only going to call out the people that I like. It's fine. Anybody that does that I don't like, you can talk about me. That's fine. But if I like you, all right, girl. Okie doke. So yeah, I just feel like that's dumb. Monica Lewinsky now has an issue with Beyonce's lyrics from 2014 because, you know, there's this hate train going on with my girl Beyonce at the moment. And y'all know I love me some Beyonce. So shout out to Beyonce. I love you, girl. I love you, girl. Ain't no stopping this now. So Demi Lovato opens up about her pronouns. I've been feeling more feminine. So I've adopted she, her again. LGBTQ barbecue, where y'all at? Neighbors, Demi Lovato is ready to embrace her feminine energy again. After a year of going by the pronouns they, them, Demi said she's adding she, her back to the list. While a guest on the Spout podcast, Demi opened up about feeling more feminine now than she did a year ago. She describes herself as a fluid person and doesn't want to choose between man and woman because she's just human. She just wants people to respect her choices and boundaries. Her quote, for me, I'm such a fluid person that I felt like, especially last year, my energy was balanced with my masculine and feminine energy. So that when I was faced with the choice of walking into a bathroom and it said women and men, I didn't feel like there was a bathroom for me. I didn't feel necessarily like a woman. I didn't feel like a man. I just felt like a human. So annoyed. That's what they them is about for me. It's just about like feeling human at your core, Lovato explained. Recently, I've been feeling more feminine, so I've adopted she, her again. But I think that what's important is, like, nobody's perfect, okay? Everyone messes up pronouns at some point, and especially when people are learning. It's just all about respect. So Demi Lovato has decided to go back to she, her. I brought this up because LGBTQ barbecue, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. I think that y'all need to talk more on these topics instead of just accepting everything. Like, I don't, that's why it's really confusing to a lot of people when it comes to pronouns and stuff like that, because it's the hopping back and forth and the skip and the jump and all of this. Like, help us help you. It's hard for people to take you seriously when you hopping back and forth. And I feel that the people that need to be talking about this is the LGBTQ barbecue. Because as soon as somebody says something disrespectful, whether it's a pronoun misappropriation or something like that, here come the LGBTQ firing away, cancel them, cancel them, cancel them. But then when they want to change and hop from this and hop to that, y'all just let them. Y'all don't say nothing. It's fine. No. Come forward and explain this. Why I was just calling her they and them. When I call her she, it was an issue. But now that I call her, now I'm just getting used to calling her they and them, now she want to go back to she. But y'all want to talk about that. Let's sweep that under the rug. She's fine. She's still over here. But then let somebody come forward and be like, see, this is why don't nobody blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. Y'all want to cancel that person. They're being homophobic and whatnot because people can't make up their damn mind. No, make up your mind. Pick a side and stay on it. It's annoying. With all of this back and forth, and one day you this and one day you that, then you this, then you that. Don't nobody got time for that. Life is hard enough. It's very confusing. This is why people are confused. So the same people that love to come forward and cancel people, when they come forward and say something disrespectful, where are y'all? Where y'all at? Come forward and explain this. Because then people won't disrespect it if they understand. So the cancel culture, the LGBTQ that love to cancel people, when they come forward and say something y'all don't like or something y'all don't agree with, can y'all come explain why she keep hopscotching pronouns and sexualities and shit? Can y'all come explain this? Because this don't make sense. Because if somebody got canceled or people were coming for them because they didn't have the right pronoun for her at the time because she wanted to be referred to as them and they, and you called her she, y'all coming for, oh, well, you're doing that on purpose. You don't like gay people. You need to be respectful. It's all about respect. It's all about this. It's all about that. But then, just kidding, guys. I actually want to be a she. I'm feeling so feminine. Oh my God, I feel like a girl today. Call me she. Although I was just standing in front of the men in the women's bathroom, like, which one do I go in? Like, I don't have a place in the world. There's nowhere for me. Now, you want to come forward. I feel like I'm going to go to women's room today. I'm going to go in the girls' bathroom. I feel like I have boobs. What? That don't even make sense. I'm like, yeah, no, come forward and explain it. Just like y'all love to cancel people. Because if I cuss her out right now, if I say something disrespectful, I'm a self-hating gay. Somebody straight say something, they're homophobic. How? No, we just don't understand. That's all. Help me help you. I just don't get it. And I don't understand why it's okay. I just don't get that. Like, explain it. Because y'all love to come cancel people when they do a mispronoun or something like that. Oh, they're this and oh, they're that. But then when the people want to hop and skip, one day they want to be trans. And then they say, you know what? I don't want to be trans anymore. I want to do this. Why isn't that spoke about? Why is that just okay when so many people were getting canceled because they didn't necessarily agree or understand with what was going on? So then they decided to go back, to a certain feeling, basically, because they said it's all about feeling. They decided to go back to feeling a type of way. So then they go back to a certain sexuality. And it's, Caitlyn Jenner comes forward. I'm trans. Okay. Everybody accepts her. Even stop calling her Bruce. All of that stuff. Caitlyn Jenner. Fine. They putting her on the front of women magazines, giving her Woman of the Year awards. We let all that happen. We let it all happen. But then I see her in pictures on a golf course in boy clothes. She's sitting at home looking like Bruce with a ponytail. I'm like, what? Being a woman, if you're going to be, even trans woman, is a lifestyle. Okay? Being a lady, it's a lifestyle. It's not a switch. But with Bruce made it a switch. When I go out, I'm Caitlyn. When I come home, I'm Bruce. What? Like, you either in it or you're not. I'm like, none of this makes sense. Like, none of it. But we're just supposed to accept it. And if you don't, you're homophobic. We can have no questions. None. Bruce, Caitlyn, do you like women or men? Women. Okay. So you transitioned and you still are going to be with women? Yes. Okay. So you don't like men? No. Okay. So, and we just, because if I say anything like, how you about to go get a coochie, but you don't want nothing inside of it? So you don't like men's at all? Like, not even one? Like, I can ask no questions. Like, because if you ask any questions, you're against it. And you're not even against it. It's just, you have questions. Like, why would I not have questions? Like, there's a lot of questions that I would have, Any normal person would. It was like, okay, I gotta ask you, when did you start dressing this way? When did you start feeling this way? When did you, there's a lot of questions, that you're going to have. But if you ask certain questions, then we're homophobic. Like, how is that being homophobic? Statements make you homophobic, not questions, right? I don't know. So, anyways, so Masika, what Masika say? What Masika say? Ooh, we ain't hit yet. What Masika say? Masika. Oh, it's right here. Sorry, y'all. Right here. Masika. So Masika shades Demi Lovato after she changes pronouns back to she, her. Demi Lovato, you're not about to play pronoun hopscotch. I couldn't agree more. So Masika says, now Demi Lovato, y'all not about to do this play. What y'all not about to do is play pronoun hopscotch. Today I'm they, them. Tomorrow I'm she, her. Next week she might be he, him. And demand that people comply to your gender mood swings. It's like one thing to take a stance, but now you're just making and I agree that she's making a mockery of it. I couldn't agree more. I agree. I do. I agree. And normally I don't really, because Masika, her mouth is crazy. But like mine's. But I agree with Masika. I think that until you know who you are, since everything is correlated to mood and feeling and, you know, all that, until you know who you are, keep it on the inside. Like Young Jock said on the post that I saw, why do people feel the need to display their sexuality and things in that nature? I agree. It does not have to be a talking point. It doesn't. We all know Lil Nas X is gay. We don't need to hear about, are you sleeping with somebody? Are you, what positions are you doing? Like, we don't want to hear, for what? That ain't got nothing to do with us. So it's the same thing. You know, Demi, we don't need to know none of this. We don't need to. Because how I always thought is how you feel. So if she feeling feminine, she could still have the pronouns they, them. So if you want to feel like you want to wear a dress or, you know, something like that, or, you know, put a cute wig on or something like that, I mean, can't you just do that? Or are you announcing it so that when people see you now, because you're going to be more feminine and dress more feminine, that when they see you, they know why? Because you done set up here and lied to everybody's face and told them that you identify as something that you don't identify as. How you go from, I was standing in front of the women and men's bathroom and didn't know which one to go in because I didn't feel like there's a place for me, to, I know I want to go in women's bathrooms now. Like, what? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, keep it on the inside. Like, we don't need to know. Because if you change it again, or decide, we don't care. Like, stop. Because then you put energy out there like this, and if somebody else wants to come forward and says, you know what, I identify as ... we ain't even gonna want to hear it. In our mind space, we're gonna be like, oh, we so tired of the him, they, she, them, back, he, the, that. Like, we tired of all of that. We tired, it's too much. Like, so anyways, yeah, I just feel like the LGBTQ, y'all need to come forward and explain this type of stuff, because that's the only way people gonna know. Because then as soon as somebody says something, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be cancel them. They're homophobic. They're this, they're that. When it's just, we don't understand. Hell, I'm gay. I'm bisexual. And I don't even understand. What? Like, I don't even get it. You know, so for education for me, so if somebody walk up to me like, well, why do people with they pronoun? Your guess is as good as mine. So Ashanti and Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti is still obsessed with that thing he never had. That thing he never had. I mean, a little piece. But Irv Gotti says he was in love with Ashanti and found out she was dating Nelly after seeing them at an NBA game on TV. Irv Gotti said, God wanted me to see. Let's get into this.
We just found out what the commotion is. Nelly has walked in with Ashanti.
Oh, shit. Oh, my.
Yes. I could get past you wanting to be with Nelly.
Sounds like you didn't get past that. I'm just being honest.
Listen. At the time it happens, any man,
yeah, of course,
is her. Yeah, right. The chick you fucking are in love with is with this nigga.
Country grandma.
You wanna hear how I found out?
How you found out?
only on Drink Chat. We saw on the documentary too.
Yeah. How did you find out, sir?
I was at home.
There wasn't no Twitter or Instagram back then.
I was at home. Listen to this shit. This is God wanted me to find out. I was at home. NBA package. I like watching sports. Oh my God, what's this commotion going on in the stadium? We just found out what the commotion is. Nelly has walked in with Ashanti.
Oh, shit. Oh, my. Yes.
I don't think God was trying to tell you that Ashanti was stepping out on you or in a relationship with Nelly. I think keeps trying to let you know that because you married. You are whole married trying to be with Ashanti. Like, Ashanti didn't want you. Ashanti wanted a career. So you are whole married, trying to force yourself upon Ashanti. Like, whenever you get through. Ashanti never liked you. Ashanti was being nice to you. You were running her record label. Like, it's better to just be nice. And that's what Ashanti was doing. She was just being nice. You made that girlfriend uncomfortable. You put yourself onto Ashanti. Like, you wanted people to link y'all like as being in a relationship. you know, and whatnot. Ashanti never wanted you. You were married. Like, what she wants you for? What she wants you for? Like, you homemade, you got kids, all of this. Like, no, I don't want you. So you're obsessed with Ashanti. Tell the truth. Creepy. You're a creep. You're a creep. Like, why he didn't tell the story about him and Superhead? Did he tell the story about him and Superhead, y'all? Show you how creepy he was. He was one of the main people that Superhead, back in the day, Corinne Steffens, when she was out and about back in the day when she first came out, you know, and whatnot, he was basically like her pimp. He was basically Corinne's pimp, is what he were. So he was sleeping with her, giving her all type of, you know, giving her all type of all of that, keeping her, you know, like that and whatnot. And she would go and sleep with people that he hung around, you know, like Diddy, Busta Rhymes, DMX, Ja Rule. You know, she was sleeping with, you know, all of the people that he hung around. Like he was passing her around, right? And then when she got back, he'll question her about the men. Like he wanted to know their peen size, how long they lasted. He wanted to know all of that. Like all of that. Very weird. Very weird. So, and he'll sleep with them, like sleep with her like right after. Like she'll go bust down Tatiana for all of these other dudes. Like Diddy, like literally he passed her to Diddy. He passed her to Diddy. He did, because Diddy, I guess, saw what he liked. So then he was just like, oh, okay, cool. So I'll send her over there. And that's what he did. He sent her over there. She said Diddy was very nice to her. He was very sweet. She said his peen size is very average. Nothing to call home about, you know, nothing to tell your girls about, you know, anything like that. But she said he was very kind, clean, very clean, you know, and whatnot. And she said she was in a big, beautiful home. And, you know, there was, you know, caterers and, you know, and maids and, you know, assistants and servants, you know, and all of that stuff. And, you know, her and Diddy did their thing. She said he was all right. He was all right. And then he sent her back to Irv. And then Irv questioned her about it and all that stuff. Then he'll sleep with her. I just like, ew. Like, were you like trying to like vicariously sleep through these men through her? Because this is mad weird. Like, why do you have these type of questions, you know, for somebody? So I just feel like he was trying to do the same thing to Ashanti. Like, he was just gonna pass her around. Like, that's all he was gonna do. Because Ashanti's always been a beautiful woman, and he was trying to pass her around. That's all he was trying to do. All he was trying to do was pass Ashanti around. He was going to get with her because he was already trying to put, I feel like, certain things over Ashanti head, you know, and stuff like that, because he was in love with her, like madly in love with Ashanti, and she didn't want anything to do with him. I just feel like Ashanti wanted no parts of Irv. So I think that that's why he's so salty, because when you, especially at that point in time, when you feel like you can have anything you want in the world and the main thing you want you can't have, that has to be a very, I don't know, like demasculating, I feel like, type of feeling to, you know, somebody like him with all that ego, you know, and all of that. Like, you know, it drove him nuts that he could basically have any girl he point at except the one he wants. So I think that's why he's so scorned, you know, from the situation. Like, oh, I see her with Nelly. Yeah. Somebody that's not married. Somebody that's very so much not married. She does not need you. She does not want you. And that upset him. You know, I feel like he felt like Ashanti was going. Then he had all of that illegal stuff go down with, you know, the record label and whatnot that got them shut down. Ashanti was stuck, you know, in contracts and all of that. It was a lot. Like, he took Ashanti and a lot of those artists through a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of stuff. He basically, the same person that helped her start, blow up her career, was the same one that was about to destroy it, you know, within the same time. So Ashanti has a lot of, I feel, a lot of harbored negative feelings to Irv, because he did a lot, you know, and affected that girl's career. So a lot of that stuff, like even back in the day with a lot of those credits, you you know, and stuff like that with songs Jennifer Lopez just stole from Ashanti, you know, and all that. Now that's theft. Now that's stealing. What Jennifer Lopez did, that's stealing. It's literally Ashanti on the track and you pushing it like it's you. Like this your song, you can hear in the background, especially like Ain't It Funny. You can clearly hear that this is Ashanti. Like it's Jennifer Lopez ain't never had no beautiful voice. Hair flip, but the melody in the back, you can hear Ashanti. Like you could hear it. Like Ashanti's voice sticks out like a sore thumb. So yeah, I'm like, you know, girl. So that's all Irv is sitting here basically saying is that he was trying to pimp Ashanti out and it didn't work. It didn't work. Ashanti was not going. She was not going because while Corinne Steffens was around Irv Gotti and with Irv Gotti, he was still with the same woman. The same woman when he was pursuing Ashanti. So she was sitting at the baby mama, the wife, the fiance, whatever she was. She was sitting there just all of this stuff going on. You know, he trying to get Ashanti, but he with Corinne every day, pimping her out, basically. You know, it was crazy. You know, it was a lot going on. And I feel like Ashanti knew, you know, her ear to the street, heard a lot of the stuff that was going on. So she was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do with that. Like, yeah, I ain't trying to, no, you will not pimp me out. You absolutely will not. And I feel that that's what he tried to do. It happened to a lot of artists. A lot of artists that you don't see, the ones, especially in like the early 90s and stuff, before social media, because now it's so much easier, you know, to find out when bad things happen to people. But back then it was harder. So there was a lot of artists that came out and, you know, the record label owner or the manager, but literally pimping them out. Sleep with this person, sleep with that person, sleep with this person, sleep with that, you know, for favors, all type of stuff. And J-Lo was definitely one of those people. So J-Lo, you could kill it. You could kill it. Because I done heard some stories about you, girl. Like crazy stories about Jennifer Lopez. So, I mean, she did not get to where she got to because of talent, because she can't sing. Great dancer, but she can't sing at all. At all. I ain't never heard a song of J-Lo even being on the verge of being able to sing. I ain't never heard no track of her being even on almost. Like she was almost there. I haven't even heard one of those. Like no, very mediocre talk, sing type of voice. Jennifer Lopez is not talented vocally. No, she is not. And anybody that says other, you are a liar. You are a liar. There are conversations brought up about singers all the time and who's this, who's that. She is never a part of it. Never a part of it. Now, when you talk about fashion, dancing, stuff like that, yeah, she'll come up. She'll come up. Absolutely. She'll come up. But other than vocals, no. Now, did she favor Selena? Yes, she favors Selena, but she would never be a talent like Selena. Selena was the total package. Selena could sing, she could dance, and she was beautiful. She was the total package. No. Selena, that woman was talented. Selena was talented. Latin royalty. No, Selena was very talented. So no, we can't compare no J-Lo and no Selena's. Oh no. Selena was talented. She absolutely was. Oh yes. Selena is amazing. I understand why she gets so much credit and people still talk about her and make shows and things like that about her to this day. Like, I get it. Like, she was very influential. So literally a revolution when Selena came. She made an entire wave, you know, for artists. So yes, shout out to Selena. Selena was incredible. Beautiful voice. Her dancing, oh God, I just loved her. I was like, wow, she was so beautiful. Her body, just like, I mean, she was amazing. Love Selena. And I feel that J-Lo tried to jock her. That's all I feel. That girl took that movie of Selena and ran with it. That's all she did. She tried to steal everything about Selena. She tried to become Selena-esque. And when that did not work, because it didn't, she went for the black crowd. That's when she started working with the LL Cool J's and all of that, and the Ja Rules and all of that, because she didn't feel like the last thing was working for her. So it's okay, well, let me go steal from these people. So she stopped stealing songs from Latino people and stuff like that. You know, a lot of artists, you know, Colombian or Cuban artists and or Puerto Rican, all those artists, Dominican, all of them that were making these songs that people didn't necessarily really hear. She was stealing them. And since she didn't make them pop, because y'all know when she came out, we're waiting for tonight. Oh, all of that, she was stealing. She was stealing. She had been stealing. And then she wanted to be bigger. So then she started dating Diddy. Yeah. She started dating Diddy. And then she started working with his friends. Like Irv Gotti, LL Cool J, Ja Rule. Diddy brought all of those people into her life. All of these great producers and all of that stuff. He did all that. And so truly, if not for Diddy, J-Lo would have been fell off. J-Lo would have fell off a long time ago. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yes. 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 She would fall off a long time ago. Like early 2000s. J-Ho would have been gone. But dating Diddy and meeting all the people that she introduced him to, producers and stuff like that, she just went around stealing. And became huge, you know, with her privilege. So, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah, gross. Gross, Irv Gotti. You were whole married. That's why you ain't got no luck. That's why everything you do crumble, because you're just an evil person. Like, be the dirtiest. So, Cardi B responds to UK rapper Lady Leshurr, who claims Cardi took her beat and idea for a song and was never paid for it. But Cardi said, I made like $2 from that song. You want the other dollar? That is so bad. Shout out to Cardi. She was like, girl, you want the other dollar? Girl, you want these other 4 quarters? Like, girl, you tried it. So, but yes, so shout out to Cardi and shout out to Lady Leshurr. Shout out to both of these women. So, since this not cancel culture, but since, you know, everybody hot on Beyonce trails about lyrics and anything else they put their hands on, now people starting to try to attack other artists, okay? So this artist, Lady Leshurr, says that, you mind asking Cardi if she can break me off a lick of change? She used my beat idea before her big break and is now a millionaire, and I got paid $0. So Cardi replies and says, I made like $2 off that song. You want the other dollar? So here go the tracks. I don't know if I'll get a copyright. I want to play them so that y'all can hear it. Okay, I'm gonna just play like a second of it, okay? Just like a second of it.
A couple of snaky friends, just Adam and Eve lost. Yeah. Yo from a lamb, yo fam, ain't no gal but that.
And here's Cardi's.
If it's the side of the grave, bitch, I can believe it. Or is it just me? But why all of these bitches just
yo from a lamb, yo fam, ain't no gal but
I can believe it. This is insane. How can you?
So clearly, she's feeling some type of way about the track before Cardi was even like famous. Lady Leshurr, I've heard of her before. I believe, isn't she the artist that they tried to get her to go after Nicki? And she said no. Isn't she that artist? Because I feel like I've heard her name before. Isn't she that artist? She said a record label where somebody offered her a certain amount of money to go after Nicki Minaj in rapping, and she said no. Isn't she that girl? Okay, y'all saying yes. Okay, yes. So y'all said it sounds similar. No, very similar. So similar that it's the same thing. So similar that it's the same thing. So Tiffany says, but wouldn't that be the beat maker producer's fault? I'm sure Cardi paid for that beat. So here's the thing. You have a lot of, like Tiffany just said, you have a lot of spear finger producers. Okay? Y'all ready for this? Dun, 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 dun. You know, y'all, you have a lot of producers out there that's like that. The spirit finger producers that will give multiple people the same beats, the same tracks. They do that. They will. They'll go around selling the same product to a whole bunch of people. You know, and while a lot of producers do that, it's because just because somebody buys a beat does not mean that they're going to use it. You know, so in their defense, there are a lot of people that you'll sell a track to. Like Cardi has scrapped plenty of songs, so she done got sent plenty of beats, you know, and had a song and then just stopped doing it. Like started doing it, got to like a chorus, you know, a chorus through or like a verse through, and then just scrap it. Just like, yeah, I'm good. Like, well, maybe another day or maybe another time. I'm just not feeling that anymore. Let's move on to a new beat, a new song. And then you'll hear that song. You'll hear that same beat, you know, with somebody else, and you'll just be like, oh, well, no, that's my beat, you know. Or sometimes you'll do a soft release for a song, you know, just put a track out there just to see, you know, what it do. It don't necessarily do anything, so you just move on to the next project. And then you'll hear somebody else with the same beat, but their song is actually making traction. You know, like Up, when Cardi came out with the song Up, the girl comes forward like, oh, no, that's my beat, blah, 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 blah. I already dropped the track for that, blah, blah, blah. Well, it didn't have traction because that same producers, it is the one that sold Cardi the beat. How was that her fault? Like, I don't understand that with people. Like, when it comes to producing, the artist does not have much to do with that besides they sit down with the producer, they play beats for him, and they choose the one that they like. That's it. They have no knowledge unless the song is already popping that beat has been sold to somebody else. Like, they have no idea. And not all artists, once again, use the beats that they buy. You have a lot of artists that pay top dollar for these beats. Like, can you imagine buying a beat from Dr. Dre or buying a beat from Pharrell? Like, you're going to be paying a lot of money, you know, for something like that. And a lot of these artists, they have beats by these people and don't even use them. Drake got beats from all type of people that he done pay millions of dollars for and never even used those tracks. Like, they just sitting in the vault. You know, they haven't even used them, you know, type of situation. So it's the same thing. So I don't get when people, you know, it's really not the artist's fault, like, from what I gather, unless the artist knowingly. Now she played a clip of something of Cardi B rapping that song that she had did. And then Cardi did this. Then I'll be like, okay, well, Cardi, clearly you knew the song was in existence. You heard the beat, you know, all of that. Is just like, girl, that seems a little deliberate. But how do you? It's not the artist's job. But I feel like a lot of artists should start doing that. I feel that artists should, especially if you're a big artist, check your beats. See if anybody, have somebody do it for you. Look, I want you to go around and see if anybody else got this beat. Contact this producer and make sure he ain't send this beat to nobody else. You best believe that Freaky Girl song that Nicki Minaj is about to drop, don't nobody else got that beat. Nobody else has it. It's just her, besides the sample. Obviously, she sampled it. The part of the beat is sampled. But nobody else has that. Just she does. No one else. So I do feel like artists should, you know, start doing that. Make sure, because people love to try to make it seem like people just stealing. Like, oh, you only did the track because I did, and you made all the Cardi, like, I didn't make no money off that. Girl, that's one of my. Because honestly, in my opinion, both of the tracks aren't really good. Lady Leshurr's, that track isn't good, and the one Cardi did to that same, that neither one of them are good songs. If you ask me, I like the beat, but I wouldn't waste my time listening to the lyrics. Like, not Cardi's or Lady Leshurr. I just feel like both of their songs were kind of trash. So, but Cardi did say that she's going to remove it off all platforms. She pulled a Beyonce. Cardi said, look, let's just get rid of it. Look, don't nobody got time. Nobody has time. So where is it? Is this it? Hold on. Okay, this must be it. So we already read this part. Wait, oh, no, it's right here. We didn't read this part. So she responded to Cardi saying, I made like $2 off that song. You want the other dollar. Lady Leshurr says, would be nice, but I just wanted my credit, and it's mad I had to tweet banter for a response when I DM you years ago about it. I was cool when I thought it was just YouTube cover, but it's on streaming sites as cheap weave. And yours comes up before mine. So yes, dollar and credit, please. Okay, so here's the thing. So it's not, Lady Leshurr, you gotta stop acting like she copied off Bodak Yellow. You gotta stop that. You gotta stop acting like she allegedly copied a song that she made millions of dollars off of. Girl, like Cardi said, I made like $2 off that song, girl. You want the other $1? Like, girl, that's not a song that anybody, like, that's not like a fan favorite or anything like that. Like a song like Lit, that was a song before, or called a Lick. That song was a bigger song of Cardi's before she like blew up, looking like I caught a lick. So that song with her Offset. So if she copied that, or something like that, then I wouldn't understand, because it's one of Cardi's bigger, just before she topped pop songs. So people, that song is still a fan favorite. A lot of people like the song Lick. So, and it's not like it's, who is this? Lord Trees, I'm live, girl. So I was like, is some trees? Trying to talk about the trees. So it's not like this was, a big song. It wasn't. It was a cheap song. It was a song that didn't do nothing. It was cute little track Cardi put out, and ain't make no noise, or anything like that. So I don't understand the backlash. I don't get the, like, it's just like, well, what do you so say Cardi shows you what she made off that song, which Cardi, I believe her when she says it's not a lot, because I don't even know anything about this track until they talked about it right here. So I don't even realize that. So I feel like with Lady Leshurr, I don't know if she just wants a moment, but I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Why say something now? I mean, that is the song like trending or something? Because that's what I want to look. I'm like, okay, well, maybe the song is trending. It's gonna make it trend now. But Cardi did state that she will remove the song. So Cardi said, I don't find the song on Apple, but if it's on any streaming services, I will be making sure it's taken down, including YouTube. I will also make sure I send you your $1. Ooh, shout out to Cardi. Ooh, I love when people be petty and messy. I love it. So so shout out to Cardi. And shout out to Lady Sir. Like I said, Lady Sir, I know overseas she's a big artist in the UK. I know she's like pretty big over there, and people love her. People do. So shout out to Lady Sir. Shout out to her. Leshurr, right? Make sure I'm saying it right. So shout out to her, and shout out to Cardi, because like Cardi said, look, girl, I ain't know nothing about none of this, but since she's saying it, look, it's nothing to take it down. Like, it is not a problem. It is not an issue. So Lady Leshurr responds and says, they're not released the same day, WTF. If you listen, Cardi says my name in the song to show respect. So yeah, hopefully they can work it out. Well, I don't even say hopefully they can work it out. I just feel at this point, Cardi over it. Cardi over it. So, I mean, this is what it is. But like she said, if she feels like Cardi covered the song, and because Cardi ain't making it a big deal. So obviously Cardi clearly doesn't care. she doesn't care. Because Cardi's just like, look, okay, we'll get rid of it. Okay, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I just think that she just don't want to go back and forth with somebody that feels like she's stealing. Like, girl, it's not stealing. We can just make it go away. We can just make it go away. That's what I'm saying. With the people that do complain, Lady Leshurr is big overseas. She's not big in America. Cardi's big everywhere. So with Cardi being big everywhere, I feel like it would pay people more to befriend these people. Like, you get further with friends than you do making those people your enemy. You know, so Barty gang seeing stuff like this isn't going to make them like her. You know, it's not going to make them be like, oh, I love her. Let me go listen to her music. Let me go check her out now. Like, it's not going to make them do that. If anything, it's going to make them not like you or control you, you know, or stuff like that. I just think that it's dumb. Like, I don't think it's a very smart idea for people, you know, to attack people that if you just, you know, kind of pulled them on your team, you know, you'd be fine. But I don't know, you know, people always trying to make it something like, oh, Lady Leshurr's a Nicki Minaj fan, so that's why she's doing this, or da-da-da. Like, don't nobody want to hear all that conspiracy stuff. Don't nobody want to hear none of that conspiracy stuff. She said something to Cardi years ago or something like that, that she said something to Cardi before about it in Cardi's DM. I don't know if Cardi saw it, or if Cardi responded, or I don't know. Nothing about that, but clearly it's a misunderstanding is how I look at it. Especially if Cardi just say, like, look, take it down, get rid of it. Then, yeah, obviously, you know, it is what it is. So Cardi says she will make sure it's taken off. I seen that y'all said that it is still on YouTube. I see, because y'all do not be playing. Y'all do not be playing. Y'all say it's still up on YouTube. So hopefully, I mean, it do take time to do this type of stuff. It's not like it just, you take 1 minute and then it's just down, you know, type of situation. It does take time to do things. So yeah, but moving right along. So they thought they found Wendy Williams. Shout out to Gossip at the City and Hollywood Unlocked. This is Wendy Wendell at her viewing. This is the viewing of Wendy Wendell. I don't see her chest going up or down or nothing. They done found Wendy, y'all. So Wendy, I guess shopping was boring. And I guess she decided to go visit the angels. I have no idea. But Wendy, girl, you look bad, girl. You look bad, Wendy, girl. You look stressed and concerned. So, because look, I'm worried about her. Look how she laying in that bed. Her chest ain't going up and down or nothing. This looked like I thought this was a viewing, because you know how they supposed to be doing them new type of funerals, and to where you could come in and they actually like set it up like they at home in their bed, or you know, something like that. So I thought it was one of these new modern day type of viewings, Lord. And I thought that was what was going on, because she does not look alive. I was just like, oh, she gone. Oh, Wendy, put them up. Put them up. I'm like, how you doing? I was like, oh, she gone, Lord. Lord, Wendy done left us, Lord. Why? Girl, why you sitting in the girl? Y'all, sitting in the ghetto thinking about all the homies passed away. I really miss how you do it, even though she gone away. Gone, Wendy, girl. Girl, gone. How you doing? So I thought she was gone, Lord. I said, Lord, you done took her to a better place. Lord, you done took her home, because her chest wasn't moving or nothing. So I was just like, so she gone? Lord, oh, she gone, Lord. Why? Why Wendy gone, Lord? She gone. And then they said she wasn't. I said, Night of the Living Dead? Wendy, girl, them meds must have hit. Because the Gossip of the City, girl, I thought she was gone, girl. I thought she was gone. Ho, ho, ho. So the meds must have hit. That metformin and all of that stuff, yeah. And that Prozac with them Adderalls and Ritalin. How you doing? So I thought she was gone, Lord, but she's still here. So when let me click this next one, because Jason Lee. They said Jason Lee was trying. They said Jason and they said that Jason. Jason, they said you was a liar, Jason. Ooh, no, we on Nikki Daddy. Ooh, not yet, but shout out to Nikki and her father, because we're gonna talk about that too. Okay, so Wendy comes forward and claims that she is married, y'all. Look at this girl. This girl over there talking about she married. And Jason Lee broke the news on Hollywood Unlocked. So people were feeling like Jason was lying, that Jason was not telling the truth, that Jason, because he's the one who came forward with it. This is where the exclusive came from, that Wendy Williams was married to an NYPD cop. But one of her representatives, or I should say her only representative, came forward. William Selby comes forward and tells Page 6 that the marriage is not real, that Wendy is not married. Okay, so Jason Lee was furious because everybody was trying to make him look like he was a liar, y'all. So Jason Lee said, not today, not today. So Jason Lee went on and went and called her and put on Instagram, shout out to Hollywood Unlocked, on Instagram, of him calling Wendy Williams himself and her doubling down on the fact that, yes, she is allegedly married. Let's get into it.
Saying this bullshit making me look crazy out here.
No, everybody seems to have a problem with that. I'm married.
So is there a problem that they don't want people to know you're married, or they didn't want you to tell me you're married?
I'm married. I don't care who knows it. I'm married.
Okay. Well, you know, I fuck with you the long way. I'm always look out for you. I just don't know what Will is doing or why he's out there trying to discredit me, but that shit pisses me the fuck off.
Because Will sees no point in me getting married. But you know what? Fuck Will. 14 years I've known him, and I've always said fuck him in a good way.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I didn't know what podcast was. He put me on podcast. And I'm like, okay, what do I do? What do I do?
Listen, if you want somebody to help you with a podcast, I mean...
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Okay. I
will for that.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. If you're comfortable with him, cool. But he needs to watch his mouth. He better keep my name out of his mouth with that bullshit. And he talking about he's your official rep. That's what he told Page 6.
He is.
Okay. Well, somehow he need to get on the same page with you then, because clearly, you know, you talked to me and I said what I said. So I don't know him, but...
It's okay.
All right. Well, I wanted to make sure you knew.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay.
See you this weekend. Bye.
Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
So yesterday when you called me and said that you were married, you know, I posted that, right? And now some guy named Will is talking to Page 6 saying this bullshit making me look crazy out here.
No, everybody seems to have a problem with that. I'm married.
So is there a problem that they don't want people to know you're married, or they didn't want you to tell me you're married?
I'm married. I don't care who knows it. I'm married.
Okay. Well, you know, I fuck with you the long way. I'm always look out for you. I just don't know what Will is doing or why he's out there trying to discredit me, but that shit pisses me the fuck off.
Because Will sees no point in me getting married. But you know what? Fuck Will. 14 years I've known him, and I've always said fuck him in a good way.
Right.
You know?
So, Wendy states that she is married, and who she's married to is allegedly an NYPD officer, a cop, allegedly. His name, from what I gather, has not necessarily been released. But I will say this. I don't feel like Wendy is fully in her. I'm not going to say she's crazy or anything like that. I don't think Wendy's psycho, you know, or anything like that. But I do think that Wendy is delusional. And I think with those medications and things like that, I think that it throws her off. So I just don't think, I don't think she's married. I mean, I think that it's just as simple as people being able to prove it immediately. I mean, Jason Lee has showed things before people's marriage certificates, and when Cardi allegedly filed for divorce with Offset and whatnot. It's a simple file, you know, to show. But I don't feel like Jason's lying, because clearly Wendy is right here saying out of her own mouth you know, that she is married. So obviously Jason did not lie. So shout out to Jason Lee, because he wasn't lying. He was telling the truth. This is what she told him. She told him that that she's married. You know, why would he think anything other? You know, my friend said that she's married. Jason, you are one of her friends. So if she was married, where was it? Why weren't you invited? You know, I don't know. So I was just like, that is a little weird, Jason. Like, I mean, because you know, you guys are pretty close, you know, like from what it seems. So why wouldn't she invite you? It seems as if this is the first you're really hearing of this man. I don't know. I find that a little confusing as well. So yeah, I don't think that, I'm not going to say Wendy's lying. I think that she's just, I don't know if she's remembering things wrong or saying that she feels like she's married, you know, or something like that. But I just don't think that she's like literally married. I don't think that. I don't know. Just because something is weird, you know, about it. It's like, if you're saying that that William is your representative, that he does speak for you, he does, then why is he saying that you aren't married and you're saying that you are? Like, that's what I'm saying to Wendy. Like, did she tell this William person that she wants to get married? Because he says William, her representative, states that he doesn't see the point of her getting married. Like, I don't see the point, you know, of you getting married for what? Like, you barely know this guy, you know, or something like that. Because why wouldn't he just support it? You know, I don't get that. Like, why not just be like, okay, well, if you feel like you're ready, if y'all want to get married. I mean, Wendy's an old enough woman to know if she wants to get married or not. But I mean, it was the same thing with Britney Spears. Britney Spears wanted to marry Sam. She married him. When they got those papers ripped up, that's one of the first things she did was marry him. So I'm not going to say that she doesn't have a Sam in her life. She definitely could. So I don't know, because she's basically locked in. She's like the new Britney. You know, she's like the new Britney Spears. They have tabs on all of her income. She only gets certain cards. She only has access to certain amounts of money in certain banks. You know, they're basically treating her like a child, you know, dealing with her like, because I don't think Wendy's incompetent. I think that people around her are making her that way, in my honest opinion, and how I feel. Because you don't go from being able to manage and run a talk show that big and having a team that big and whatnot to just being able to not be able to do just anything at all. Like, just anything at all. So I don't know if she, because it is giving dementia, you know, it does give that too, that she's very forgetful, and then remembers, because when you have dementia, sometimes you can remember things incorrectly. So with dementia, if you're remembering something, if you have a favorite movie and it's your favorite part and you can remember it like you're literally just got done watching it, sometimes you can confuse that with your actual life. So it's not something you experienced, it's something you watched, you know, but now you're correlating that with your actual life and it has nothing to do with that. So, because I've worked with dementia patients before, and she does give signs of it. I'm not saying that she literally has dementia. I don't know. But how forgetful she is, and in her sentences, like when she's talking, she'll start to make sense, and then she'll take like a left turn, and then she'll start to make sense again, and then she'll take like a left turn. You know, so that's, you know, I think it's really confusing. And I think people are really confused by her. So I do think the people around her are keeping her heavily medicated and whatnot so that they could, you know, take advantage of her. I do. Wendy is worth a lot of money. So yeah, I do. I think there's a lot of people around her. I think there's some people around her that are good for her, you know, that should be around her, that do have her best interest. But I think there are certain people that do not, that have their interests first and using her income to take care and establish their family. Because these are the same people that have to explain later on, like Britney Spears' father and her sister and others had to explain all of that money that was being used. Y'all said that she wasn't competent enough to do certain things. So why are there trips and why are there this and cars and homes? And she lives at this address. Why does she have, and these were all purchased after, you know, that comes. So these are the same people that come forward and have to all of a sudden, I don't know where those funds went. I don't know where I don't know this. I don't know that, but they're all guilty. So yeah, I don't trust this William person. I definitely don't trust him. I don't. I don't trust him. And I think Jason, I think you should be very careful. Because if you're going to be going after William has a lot of power in Wendy's life. And I think that he has enough power to keep you out of it. If he's isolating allegedly family and stuff. Jason, who are you? Who are you? If they can isolate her from family, yeah. So I would be careful, especially what information you're going to be expressing. Because if they feel like you're like the op, if you will, you're just calling her to get information and put on your blog, then I think that they will cut ties with you, have her cut ties with you immediately, block you, block your phone number, change her phone number, and keep her away from you. I do. I absolutely do, Jason. I think that you should tread lightly, you know, play chess, not checkers. You know, I know that probably made you mad, you know, when them trying to make you look like a liar, like Wendy didn't state certain information, but you could be looked at as the op. You know, so I'm just saying be careful, because this is the beginning of digging a grave, you know, especially if you're not going to get along with the main person that's connected to her, the person that speaks for her. Like you're kind of ruining this for yourself, you know. So yeah, I think that you should be careful if you want to keep a relationship with Wendy, because right now it doesn't seem that Wendy has any power. She doesn't have much power or control over her life. So with her not having much power or control, the ones that do, poking them is the last thing you're going to want to do. That's going to be one of the last things you're going to want to do, because it's easy for them to cut that tie. So don't cut the tie. I feel like you're in there, stay, because sometimes you could be around to be a helpful, watchful eye. You know, if you see certain things going on, you could assist her. You know, you could be help, you know. So I feel like this is the time that you should draw that line, you know, between friend and internet. You know, which one is more important, your friendship with Wendy, or making sure that you keep your blog and whatnot popping with information on her because you're a close source. You know, I feel like you should, you know, draw that line, you know, and try to figure out what's actually going on with your friend. Because after a while, it don't look genuine. You know, that's all I'm saying. You know, it's every time you get her on the phone, it's going to be to prove a point, or because most people don't look at her as well. So if we feel like the people around her are using her and financially exploiting her, there's people that also do that on the internet, you know, Jason. And I feel like you could be looked at as one of those people. You know, Wendy's not well right now, so why are we using her as content? You know, like why are we, you know, when it's hard to believe anything that she's saying because we don't know what's going on. So with us not knowing what's going on, yeah, because I don't want him, because I feel like Jason and Wendy Williams have a genuine relationship. You know, they go way back, you know, and I would hate for that to be ended because they look at him as the op. You know, her team and everybody, you know, looks at her as like, oh no, he's just calling her for information. He's just calling her to post on a blog about her. He's just you know, because then you can't get a hold of her. Now that friendship, you know, I mean, you can't force your way around her, even if you know where she live at. If you can't get on the phone, they definitely let you on the property. It's all I'm saying. So, yeah, it's Wendy already don't go to a lot of events and stuff like that. Honestly, if you think about it, the last big event Wendy was at, who was she there with? Jason. Yeah. So that's why I said I'll be careful. You know, because it's not like you can just bump into her at parties and stuff like that, how you were back in the day. She's more so of homebound. You know, so that's all I'm saying. It's just I don't want people to start, because I already see people saying stuff like that, and I don't think it's like that. I think he genuinely has a relationship with her. I think it's genuine. I think Jason really F's with Wendy, and I think Wendy really F with Jason. I do. I think she like loves him like a son or a brother, you know. And I think he loves her like a sister and an aunt. You know, I think, you know, I do. So, but coming at the main person that's basically allowing you to speak to her right now, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, Yeah, especially caring about her, because I know Jason cares about her, and I think he would be hurt if they X'd him out of her life. I think he would be upset by that, you know, because it's not just content to him. He really cares about her, you know. But at the same time, I feel like he wants to help her by letting everybody know, because Jason has helped her with her image of people feeling like Wendy is okay. He has helped with that, because, you know, the narrative going around now is, like they used to say, wacko Jacko, wacko Wendy. You know, is the narrative that's being pushed with Wendy, that she's incompetent, she can't speak or talk on her own, she can't hold her own money, she can't do none of those things. You know, they're basically looking at Wendy like a vulnerable adult, you know, at this point. And Jason's like, it's not like that. You know, Wendy is thriving. She's doing this, she's doing that, you know, and I feel like he's trying to help her, you know, with letting people know that, you know, she is okay. But things like this, keep little weird things with Wendy keep happening, you know, just weird. It's a little weird. And just so yeah, moving right along. Actually, I'm in the records. We at the hour and 30 minute mark. So since we're at the hour and 30 minute mark, we'll be live again tomorrow. And I will bring all of these, all the topics that we missed, because it's only like three. It's like 3 topics left. And we'll get into those things. I'm gonna try to go live every day this week. Trying. So because I'm also doing a lot of editing and life, you know. So but shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I love you all so much. I don't know if I'm doing Station Head today. I might do Station Head. If I do, I will put it up on my community feed and on IG. So make sure you follow me at Shine Everyway Show at IG, and look at the community, because we may go on Station Head. I don't know, but we may. So until the next show, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching me. Bye. Fresh, flex, fresh,